make a move and the bunny gets it.
I said, put the bunny back in the box. Why couldn't you put the bunny back in the box?
It's showtime.
Psychically, I'm very well endowed.
I wanna know what you're thinking. There are some things you can't hide. I wanna know what you're feeling. Tell me what's on your mind.
There's a crisis on independent Earths. You better hope they win.
Welcome to the Monday night show. This is going to be a special show. I'm showing it on FMC because this is going to be a project that's going to be on FMC. I don't know if it's going to be exclusively on FMC, but it's definitely going to be on FMC at some point. Now unfortunately I have his opening elsewhere, but it's not evidently uploaded here, and so I'm gonna have to give him a different, different from usual. So we'll bring him on.
How you doing? Oh, you're on a different You're on a different account.
Yeah, I forgot to upload your opening. So
how you doing?
I'm doing good. Welcome to the show. For everybody,
I would just like to say this: if anybody does join us tonight, they have to have a beard. I have a fake beard over here. If anybody.
Oh, okay. Yep. There you go. Beards are our requirement. Anyway,
that's because I'm the evil version from the mirror dimension.
Oh, there you go. You need to have at least a goatee. There you go. Dr. Ling, #1 hero. Okay.
That sauce has been trolling me with pitches for the Crisis on Infinite Earth.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to be as nice as possible, so I finally messaged him. I'm just like, I don't get this. And he goes, it's a troll. I was like, okay. I was beginning to wonder how you actually wrote a novel, but hook, line, and sinker, because you got me.
Yeah, that is the theme song of the Rabbit Hole. Well, want to know what you're thinking. Anyway, about to drive home from work. Have a Zach 10. And what's up, gang? Hey, Woodrow. Good to see you. Whoop whoop, Tonic Mole. Hey,
I just got off the phone with Tonic Mole and Fabrizio.
Yep, I guess that Fabrizio doesn't hate us after all. Okay.
No, just you. Just you.
Me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that explains it. That's totally okay with that. I'm not everybody.
Those of you who don't know what you're talking about, we made a group chat, and Fabrizio goes, I don't even join group chats with my family, and he left.
Yeah, him and Dave Brink left, and I was like, well, Dave's kind of a low-key guy, he gets more than
he got what he wanted. He wanted all. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, we're making a comic book called Crisis on Independent Earths, and everybody is invited. Yes, you're invited. Everybody's invited.
Yep.
I wrote a 6-page opening script. I made a 2-hour video explaining everything.
Yep.
So if anybody wants to participate, you're a comic book writer or an artist, now is the time to get 3 to 5 pages together, come into the book. And I made a group chat, and then Dave got he gave me oh my God, Dave's 6 pages make me want to buy my own book that I'm making. His page is he got the he and somebody says which characters are going to be in it. I'm like, all of them.
All of them, yeah.
Because that's what Dave could do. He made an exciting 6-page story.
The thing about Dave is he told me one time that he's a real slow writer, and I'm like, yeah, you may be slow, but
he's good.
What you create is just brilliant, you know. So we could wait a little longer for brilliance, you know.
Yeah. So David's and I was just like, Dave, I'm honored. I hate to say waste, but you're wasting such cool concept in this, you know. But
right,
I'm sure Dave is going to come out with cooler stuff for his own books.
Oh man, Dave's a fountain of it. Hard at work, yard maintenance, but I had to hop in and listen to some of my favorite people talk about the most ambitious comic book crossover in indie comics.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ambitious or stupid. We'll find out as time goes by.
Well, I tell you what, we might be, but who knows? I have a beard, but no eye patch or lift waffle cap. Hope it's okay. That's totally all right here. Anyway, so basically, if for those who have any kind of comic book knowledge, if that sounds familiar, the Crisis On, that's basically the DC Comics started basically the whole entire multiverse crossover thing with Crisis on Infinite Earths. Was it 70 or was it 80s? Was it 80s?
It was 84, 85, I think.
84, 85. And some people think that it ruined comics for all time. Other people thought it was pretty clever. Had Perez art, so, it did have that. But the whole idea was to basically try to unite all of these different, styles that DC had into, one coherent whole, and they just wound up making the whole thing a mess. The funny thing
about the Crisis on Infinite Earths is, in 1984, the people at DC thought the concept of a multiverse was too difficult for even comic book people to understand, so they wanted to streamline their universe. Now, your grandmother, your Aunt Tilly, understands the multiverse and is sick of it.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, so the whole idea, and you've stated this. I don't think I'm too far out of school by saying, because indie comics has gotten so basically scattered and fragmented and factioned off that we've kind of lost our ability to compete with the mainstream, because back when we were supporting one another and rooting for one another and becoming fans of each other's stuff, we were starting to make headway. But then suddenly everything kind of split up and went, and people started fighting with one another, and we lost all momentum. And so this is an attempt to get everybody back under the same tent and start.
And again, I'm not trying to assign blame, and I'm not, I don't care who you are. I got 3 rules. We're not going to fight. We're not, and stick to the spirit of the story. Some people have been trying to pitch skips that they want to break the story because they're special. No, stick to the spirit of the story. And then third, submit all your work by January 1st. So if you want to be part of it, email me at johnslongbox@yahoo.com, and then I'll send you a script, and then send me your pitch, because if I realized by the 3rd pitch I had to come up with parameters, because everybody was defaulting to a portal opens and a guy jumps out, and we don't want 30 stories of that. And that made people a little confused. So I made a video explaining, and I asked. I mean, I've been on the phone with people. I've been emailing people. I haven't said no to anybody. I think I frustrated a few people. That's on me. Mm-hmm. But everybody is welcome. Even if you hate me, even if I hate you. Yeah. It's
1985 was referring to Dave Brink. Yes, we were. So just so I got the perfect 10 hardcover, there must be something like 50 original characters in it. Yes, I want to be him.
Dave is a part of it, and Dave's pitch, Dave's script is awesome.
Yeah,
it's awesome. You want to buy this book for Dave. You wanted it for Dave Brink, but you're also going to get Chuck Dixon Airboy. The return of Chuck Dixon's Airboy. Here's an exclusive on Telepathic Bunny. So Chuck, I just finished reading his script. Joe Bennett is going to be drawing, so it's going to be Airboy, Skywolf, and Valkyrie. So, there you go.
Drawn by Joe Bennett, who was the first artist on.
Funny, we're going to be in a book with Chuck Dixon and Joe Bennett.
Yeah, Bennett was the first artist on Immortal Hulk.
Yep.
Before he got pulled off, but for some political BS, I had nothing to do with comics. Just basically he was backing the wrong guy, or at least liked a tweet or something. It was ridiculous.
He was, political, whatever.
Yeah.
Also, Chuck Dixon is also going to have another story, My Sister Suprema, with Mark Gatiss. So we're going to be double chucked. Yeah. And Josh Howard is going to have T-Bird and Throttle in it.
Awesome.
Batsy's going to have Wolf. Brian Batsy. Brian Bauer's going to have Wolf and Batsy. Fabrizio is Horace H. Hoover is going to be part of it. Marcus is going to be drawing my character, the Public Eye. Aaron Sparrow is going to be doing Doomface, and me and Aaron were on the phone till like 4:00 in the morning the other night, just like two little freaking kids playing with toys, talking about stuff.
Well, so, I mean, that's part of the fun of it, isn't it?
Right.
I think at one time there was infighting among creators with greatest hit indie comics was apathy and folks just feeling disenfranchised.
Well, Tonic. Well, I'm not assigning blame, so I'm not bringing up the reasons, because once you bring up the reasons, people are going to be like, "Oh, you're singling me out." So I'm just trying to be as
Six Gun Gorilla in the house. There we go.
Six Gun Gorilla will be there. Six Gun Gorilla. Brian Christou has offered editorial help. So if you're having trouble with the pitch, you could reach out to me. You could reach out to Aaron. You could reach out to Brian. Aaron, for those of you who don't know, has been he's been writing comic books for 20 years. He's a professional editor. He's a professional writer. So he is he's going to handle most of the logistics, because I got enthusiasm and everything like that, but I don't have the experience. So when Aaron put his hand in, I was like, absolutely. And then Aaron, my idea better than me.
Yeah. Well, Aaron Sparrow has handled some pretty big names in the indie comic space. So we're not talking about the lightweight here. We're talking about somebody who knows what he's doing.
I'm so fortunate that he wants to help.
Yep.
Definitely.
John being tactful, blink twice if you're being held captive.
Right. Tonic Ball is absolutely right. I've been known for my fighting too. When somebody fights with you and you fight back, you don't realize you're being emotional at the time. You think you're defending yourself. And then after January 1st, me and my wife, we always go, and we all do it. We all go through that. What are our New Year's resolutions? And I said, I don't want to fight on the internet anymore. And I left a bunch of Discord groups that would just gossip, and and that people got mad at me for, and that wasn't. And then after about 2 months, I realized I kind of enjoy this peace and quiet. I kind of enjoy just talking about comics. If you notice, I haven't sniped at anybody, and people haven't brought me up, in a bad way.
Well, not in
my
public,
face,
at least.
Yeah,
you might have grumbled under your breath, but you haven't publicly.
And Heroinberg, whose name I just murdered, we've been going back and forth. If not to single him out, because everybody's doing. He had a couple of problems with grasping the idea, and then he gave me a perfectly good script. I was like, that is awesome. I think he already started the art.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'm about to start writing my script.
Do it before that cough kills you.
Sorry. Well, anyway, that's a spit hit my throat right.
I know, me too.
That happens. But the thing about it is the things that you want to feature is you want people to write things that are squarely in their universe and are kind of like primers to people's worlds. Right. And so the things that are like unique to your world are like the things that you want them to feature. And like in my world, I have something called Soultrons. These tiny little machines or something. They don't know what they are. They're microscopic, can't be seen with the human eye, but they are like what powers my world. And so
midichlorians.
Yeah. Well, I mean, nanobytes or
Yeah.
nanobots
I'm
before
just
midi-chlorians. Anyway, but yeah, they do have something to do with the way my world works, and so they start screwing up in my world, and they trace the source, and they find a cult leader, and a cult leader that's way more powerful than they ever thought he should be. He was like a minor threat that they were kind of monitoring, but they weren't really concerned because he wasn't killing anybody. But suddenly he starts sucking people dry and getting all sorts of power, and they start like they have to address the problem. And during the course of that, they discover that he's got a connection to something, that he's calling the young creator, the antithesis, the end of all things, and then they're like, they think, at first they think he's a religious nut, but then they're like discovering that, where's he getting all this power from, and so that's kind of our way of getting into the whole idea.
And that's just it. Is Cooper over here, or Buddy? I'm sorry for saying your name. Buddy over here is putting something that's unique in his world. So this is the thing. You got 3 to 5 pages to pick something unique. A portal opens and is not unique to your world. You know what I mean? No. So this isn't nobody. This is just an example that I'm always going. But so there's an intersect. So all time and space merges, and you got to get there. Okay, it's kind of a basic plot, but most superhero stories or whatever. So in one of the pitches that I give people is you go outside, and next thing you know, there's a tree that's, I don't know, it's blossoming in the middle of the winter. That's odd. You go to investigate. The bad guys are also investigating. There's some sort of trouble. You climb up the tree. It's like Jack and the Beanstalk. Poof, you're in the story. Nobody's using that story, but that's an example. So
like a minor energy vampire suddenly becomes develops godlike power and starts sucking his followers dry, of all sustenance in life. That would be something significant. It's like, whoa, what the heck happened here?
Right, that's not normal.
Got to investigate that. No, it's not normal.
Yeah, that's not normal. So we got to check it out. How do you guys get involved? Heroinberg, I said to him, you're set in Pittsburgh. I'm sorry to keep singling out Heroinberg, but Heroinberg is set in Pittsburgh. I'm like, so show off Pittsburgh. There's got to be a landmark or something. And then boom, he just sent me a script that was unique to Pittsburgh.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. Like that script can't be in New York. It can't be on Planet Nebulon. It can only be and that's central to his comic. So that works.
Well, I think getting back to why we're all here in the first place is that we love comics, and maybe we all have our different reasons for loving comics. Yeah. Well,
this is a love letter to comic books. This is a thank you to comic books.
Totally.
We're saying thank you to Jim Starlin, to Jack Kirby, to Marv Wolfman, to George Perez, to John Buscema.
I think this is particular. George Perez is definitely
but
got some
and it's
here.
Designed in a way that it's not a crossover.
Right.
So a few people bowed out, and I respect their wishes because they said, "No, we don't do crossovers."
Yeah.
It's not a crossover, but I understand. It's also not a multiverse.
No.
You know what I mean? A multiverse to me is a lazy. There's, my character's the patriarch. There's 900 patriarchs, and the only difference is one has the goatee and one doesn't have the goatee. And then there's the female version of the patriarch, which makes no sense. But that's on that world. There's it's independent Earth. Your universe is your universe, but for some reason they're all being intersected at one point. And the people that create it can't maintain this energy. So you got to get there quick in 3 to 5 pages, and then we solve the problem. And I'm not going to spoil the ending now because
it's not this is not parallel Earth theory we're talking about here, where everybody's like slightly different version of themselves. This is basically different worlds.
This is your world. So this is, if you want this to be in your continuity, as far as I know, Tonic Ball wants to tie this into his story. As far as I know, and I may be wrong, Horace H. Hoover wants to tie this in. I'm going to have another story about the agency that creates all this. They're a big part of my world. So yeah, of course, I wrote them. But if you want to, it can interact. Now Doomface, Aaron Sparrow's character, he's like a Dr. Doom. He wants the entire world. So he's asking like if he could do these other things that I didn't envision, but it kind of works within his character. So maybe there'll be a Doomface interaction with the Patriarch, things like that. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
that's up to you. Like, and it's also designed so that Phil Moskowitz is always the name that if you don't submit your work by January 1st and you're out of the book, you're not going to change anything. You know what I mean? So we're not, so it's kind of like plug and play. Just plug in your characters in, you plug it out. You're not going to change the outcome. The outcome's already pre-written.
This is all about it's all about the learning or being featuring other
right. What this is a catalog. You're gonna so I didn't mention this because I get excited and I think out of sequence. So anybody who participates is an owner of this comic book. So for your 3 pages, you get the entire book. You're going to get all the files. When Aaron and I are done, I mean, think of it, me and Aaron are going to be doing a lot of work. You know what I mean? And then we're going to give you the files. You own those. You want to slap your own cover on it because why do you want, the public eye on the cover of your book? Because that's your book now. So you can put it whatever covers you want. You print it out. You sell it at your conventions next to you, and you have a catalog of everybody. And then you put a little sign, Chuck Dixon's in this freaking thing. Airboy is back. You know what I mean? And then people buy it for Airboy, and they're seeing you. They're seeing Cooper. So you're literally competing with everybody else in a good way. You bring your A game if you're in a book with Joe Bennett.
Well, I mean, there's a good example. My friend Frost Comics.
Yep, Frost is in it.
He's got some pretty good. He's got a pretty good world he's working on. He's also got a public domain character that he got from Charlton Comics called Super Guy, and Super Guy is hilarious. It's like if you took Mr. Magoo and gave him Superman's powers, and it's just a brilliant idea. And
I'm a bit worried about public domain guys because if this gets published and we get hit with a cease and desist letter because Conan.
Well, this one's been in public domain since the 70s, I think. So,
okay, you know what I mean? Like if anybody says I'm going to put Conan or Zorro and stuff like that, just to protect all the work that everybody did, I'm going to have to say no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so.
Well, I mean, this guy, he's so he's like clearly, solidly in the public domain. I mean, we didn't even know this guy existed, but basically Charlton Comics when DC took over Charlton, they like left him behind because he's too much like Superman, so they left him over there, and he so he's completely squarely in public domain. I mean, there's no chance that anybody's going to claim this guy. Charlton Comics doesn't even exist anymore. Hasn't existed for 5 decades now or something, So I think we're good. Back probably 75% of the creators already announced. The reason I want to participate is to be able to say in small way I was in the story with so many people I respect.
Yeah, isn't it fun? Yeah. I think I'm in there 75-85% of the people, I back their books or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at it as like, I'm 57 years old. Me and all my friends are going to go play. We're playing together. This is a weird way to people all around the world playing.
Well, it's like Brian Ball's Wolf and Batsy. I mean, it doesn't seem like that would be a good book for a crossover because it's such a self-contained universe. These two are so insular to one another, and then but Brian gave you a pitch that basically they're like, yeah,
Well, the funny thing is I talk to Brian and Fabrizio like every day, and so I sent the pitch out to both of them. Because I didn't want to exclude Brian, but I just assumed he was going to say no. But you know what I mean? So Brian was like, he said, yeah, right away before Fabrizio. Right. And I was like, and Fabrizio was, yeah, this is exciting. And he's like been one of the people that's super excited about it,
Right.
So he's working it away. His original pitch I thought was so funny. And I don't want to spoil it because he might go back. But, I'm tickled pink that he wants to be involved in this. I think all my friends are playing together. I just told Tonic Ball on the phone. It's like, no, you're in. Whether you want to be or not, you're in. You're one of the guys.
Most of us are volunteers. Evidently, Tonic Mole is.
Tonic Mole has been volunteered.
He has been volunteered. Been, pulled in. Anyway, but I mean, when I see the list of like artists that are involved, not only the writers involved, but our creators that are involved. But I mean, this is going to be just a showcase of just about. And I understand that people above a certain level, that have like have enough success level, like I doubt Billy Tucci's going to be involved or anything like that because he's got such a big thing going. But this for the most part, this is going to be a chance for mid to lower level creators. Some of them maybe not even have like me. I don't have a published book yet. About on the brink of publishing one. I don't have one yet, but I'm participating in this because I like the promotion. I'd like to have people see the world that I'm creating. And so when he says anybody is invited, he does mean anybody.
Yeah.
And so even if you've not, we have, I know first one of the guys that's involved is just a published author. He's not a comic book guy,
right?
But he just published a book with a superhero in it, and he's like, "Can I be involved?" And John's like, "Sure, absolutely." John Douglas, and so
yeah, he just bowed out. He said that he didn't realize how busy he was.
Okay, well,
but I told him I'm going to pester him. I'm not.
And I turned a second swing at the crowd.
I got to say, Levi Skeen, Galaxy Memorial Park, he sent to me a 3 or 4 page script that actually made me teary eyed. It was excellent. Just a little final tweak.
Those Galaxy Park guys are
just a final
really
tweak.
Good,
and
really
man,
good.
I'm like between Dave Brink and Galaxy Memorial Park. Dave Brink is just ultimate over the top superheroics. And I think Galaxy Memorial Parks is like touching. I don't know. I just got like a, my father was a veteran, and it sounded like something my father would say. You know what I mean? So it really good.
Well,
made me want to rewrite my story because I'm competing with these guys now.
Well, their whole entire philosophy is remember your heroes.
Right. So,
I mean,
for those of you who don't
okay
know,
with that.
It's a cemetery for superheroes. Good stuff.
This guy, Good Stuff, is a great. If you need a commercial for this thing, he'd be my pick.
His Good Stuff. It is what's his wife's name? Is his wife
Mrs. Good Stuff? That's
right. Is she the one that sent me my first trailer?
I'm not sure.
I think of the same person, but
it might be.
But I know Good Stuff. I used to see him a lot, and I haven't seen him a while, so it's good to see you. Good Stuff.
Well, he's had some physical issues he's dealing with.
Yeah, we all have issues. The older we get, the more issues we have.
Chad Ellenson, as in
Mark Fulton.
Mark Fulton. Yeah.
Mark Fulton sent me a fun script, and then he sent me a better script, and then the third script he sent me even better. This guy's taking it seriously. He's begun the art.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Tad Townsend. Yeah. We went back and forth, fine tuning some things.
Oh yeah. But at the heart of everything is just is. Once upon a time, we picked up a comic book. Once upon a time, we read our first story, and once upon a time, it made us feel like we could fly, and suddenly a love affair was born. And I mean, a lot of us are operating at a loss. We're just doing this for the sheer love of the game. For basically, all of us dreamed one day of writing Superman or writing Batman or drawing one of the others or Spider-Man. And so when we got a chance to create our own comic book universes, and this is a chance for everybody to get an opportunity to get in the same book with some pretty luminous individuals. Chuck Dixon is a living legend, and to be in the same book with him and Mr. Bennett, I mean, you can't get much better than that. I mean, you really can't. Okay.
What other things I need to? No AI. We're not going.
Okay.
Nobody can use AI in the book, and like I said, I'm very wary about public domain characters because I would hate to have like a 100-page book and cease and desist.
Well, Frost Comics Super Guy, he aged him to about 80. And so he doesn't look like Super Guy. He has nothing to do with the Super Guy that was in Charlton Comics. So,
John Douglas is in the chat.
Oh, hey, John. Good to see you, buddy. So, I mean, so basically, if you have an idea, if you've always wanted to do a comic and you've got an artist that you can call upon, this might be the chance for you to get it out there and make your first comic. Maybe you only need 5 pages, 3 to 5 pages. Some might even one. You can even go 1 page if you know if you want.
Oh, that's one thing I wanted to say. Artists. Somebody was bringing this up. A couple of people are artists and don't have a writer or whatever.
Yeah.
Aaron and I were talking. We might need like connective pages. With 30. Every once in a while, we might need to insert a page. If you want to get in on that, join our group chat. Message me, whatever. Say you're interested. Also, I have to stress, everybody's paying for their own pages. You're paying for 3 to 5 pages on your own.
Yeah.
And you're getting if everybody submits, you're getting a 90-page book to do with as you will. You want to put that on Fund My Comic, that's on you. You want to put it on Kickstarter, you own it. I can't argue with you. Also, anybody who submits pages, you will be accepted. Now, I do reserve the right to say this art is not up to stuff, because once you do the art, we've already approved your story. So send me your pitch, send me your script, we'll tweak it out. So your art, if I think it would be smart to send us an update, like when you get the first page done or the roughs or whatever. Yeah. But if your art's not up to snuff, you'll be in the digital edition and then the print edition. But you could do what you want once you get you're on your own. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, we have to address this right quick. This is going to be an all ages book, so that pitch is probably not going to work.
Right. I had to reject one pitch because it wasn't family friendly. Now, the reason why I want to I don't care if your book is a porn book, horror book, murder book, whatever, but these 3 pages got to be family friendly because it's 30 people. And Matt Gleason said he does Mighty Mascots, which is a children's comic book. Log is going to be in, which is almost a children's comic book. And maybe they're going to put this book on their table at their conventions. Yeah. And a mom's going to buy it. You know what I mean? Or a little kid's going to buy it. So, they can be racy. So just think of it. If you didn't see it in Marvel Comics, you're not going to see it in this comic. But
so leave the butt slapping porno adjacent stuff,
I'm sorry.
I said just have to leave the butt slapping porno adjacent stuff in your own book.
So when you get Saving the World in this book, and then you buy Tonic Ball and you find out it's complete filth, that's on you.
Tonic Ball's complete filth. Okay, you heard that here. Anyway, how much violence can you get away with while still be all ages?
That's one of those things, superheroes is an inherently violent thing, This Mark Polton just has people beheading zombies on page 1. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well,
I think you're talking about maybe a comic book level of violence,
Right. If anybody remembers Tim Vigil's Faust, that's a little too much.
Yeah. Don't go EC. Yeah. But stick to about Marvel DC level.
I mean, Brian Bowes got Wolf and Batsy. There's going to be a werewolf eating somebody somewhere in the pages of this book.
Yeah. There's usually somebody biting somebody's head off in Wolf and Batsy. I've got up to 11 over there. Anyway. Yeah. But, or an eyeball being plucked out. That happens a lot in Brian Baugh's book, I have to say.
I will say EC level of violence is acceptable.
Yeah, there you go.
I will say EC level of violence is, and sexy is good. Lewd is not good.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Perfect 10's going to be in there, probably in there if that was part of his pitch.
Yeah, 10's in there. Like I said, how many characters is Dave Drink throwing in?
Yeah.
All of them.
Well, there you go. But that's the thing we're talking about here. We're talking about just the sheer joy of it. I mean, I've got like so many characters in my world. I mean, I know you've got a ton, and so I mean, it's just like we all have like these universes we've built out in our heads, and this is a chance to kind of like show them off a little bit. Kind of like, hey, you wanna hang out in my universe for about 5 pages? You know?
Yeah.
It's just a part. It's like a comic book. It's like comic book convention in a book form.
Yeah. It's there's a couple of inspirations for this. Obviously, Crisis on Infinite Earth, and then Tonic Ball in Saving the World 8. He had a crossover, and he had their own artists draw their own characters in one comic book. And I was talking to him about it. I said, that is so cool. I would love to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yeah, it takes a lot of logistics and stuff like that. And
right.
And I joked and I said that was a Crisis on Independent Earth. So literally, Tonic Ball's comic is one of the big inspirations. And then I had so much fun. I did a little promo poster with NDA Andrew of the Ripperverse with this character, Arc Stream, I think is the new name, and Vaughn Coleman, who will be participating in this. Vaughn Coleman, Galvanite, and then my speedster, the Go-Getter. And it was just fun. We had no arguments, no fighting. You know what I mean? And I was like, let's do more of this. Let's work together. You know, you got Rebel Oasis, Longbox Comics, and Ripperverse all working together for a tiny little silly thing. And I thought it was fun. And I was like, we got to do more of that. So then
we need to see if we get Von Klaus in on this.
Yeah, if he wants. I mean, I threw out the invitation. I sent out the Fantastic Four flare. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing about it is there's so many. Like we started already.
We lasted a week without the infighting.
Lasted the week, but the thing about it is though is even the people that you disagree with the most, even the people that maybe make your skin crawl and you're like, you know, every time you see them. The thing about it is in the indie comic space, if you were able to get past your you know, foibles or get past your personal conflict, you'd find that they probably love comics just as much as you do, and you could probably nerd out together.
I think so. And again, everybody is invited. You know, there's some people I personally don't like, but you know what? Who cares?
Right.
Who cares?
Exactly. It's not.
If you follow the 3 rules, you're in.
It's about comics.
Right.
It's not about personalities. I think that's where we've gone wrong with this whole independent comic thing. Is we've gotten away from it being about the comics, you know, and it's like, well, that person created this thing. Even though I enjoy this thing, I'm no longer going to back it because then I'll be backing that person, and that attitude has basically just led us into this cul-de-sac that we need to get out of, because it's basically ruining. All the numbers are down across the board. Everybody is trying to find, you know, purchase right now. I'm heavily involved with FMC, and FMC is kind of had it's kind of caught the leading edge of this thing. You know, oh, you had this guy on there. It's like, well, we're not going to use you anymore, and it's kind of like, well, we said everybody is allowed to be on FMC.
Yeah, I remember Luke caught crap for having. I'm not going to start fights.
Yeah,
and I backed Luke. I said Luke is absolutely right. It's either a free speech open to everybody platform. It's not, and I'm modeling myself after Luke. I'm saying the wrong name. Luke's philosophy that either this book is open to everybody or it's not. One guy backed out. That was on him,
right?
Because he had a not safe for work character.
There you go.
You know what I mean? But I had said, hey, you got somebody else. You're welcome to throw somebody else in.
Right. Well, I mean, that's the thing, you know. I mean, one of the things that we've really gotten damaged by is you know, I mean, when you got Marvel, DC, you got these two organizations basically with the top down, you know, power structure where everybody is like basically working underneath that, you know, this entire entity, but because we're all in independent comics, we don't have the top down entity that's like controlling everything, and so we're all kind of independents and free agents, and and because of that, we're all in, we're all like competing with one another for the same space in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
And so,
but I'm also not
so-
one of these Marxists that thinks there's a set number of dollars or fans.
right.
I'm a fan of everybody in this book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I mean, that's not what I'm saying. But
Right.
what I'm saying is,
yeah.
is that attitude though, that the whole idea that, oh, there's not enough money to go around, so I've got to cut this guy's throat so I can get his money. That attitude has really destroyed independent
Absolutely.
comics. It's destroyed our momentum, and it's just not true. But the thing about it is future customers have been turned off by the infighting, and so that money that could have been influx, that money that could have been there to be spread around, goes elsewhere or doesn't even buy it all because
I'm of
everybody's
the opinion
being bitches with one another.
Because you turned on YouTube, was all excited, everybody was making comic books, and then the infighting happened. And
Yep.
I'm of the opinion that when you watched your guy doing the infighting, you didn't just stop buying his books. You
Right.
stopped buying everybody's books.
Buying everybody's
You,
book,
you,
yeah.
you left the hobby. You didn't just leave that guy. And I think,
Yeah.
and I've had people to say, I'm just not interested in his comics anymore. Or I'm going back to Marvel at the very
I know.
least.
I can name you about 3 wells off the top of my head that used to back everybody.
Yeah.
And that had enough money to back everybody across the board if they wanted to.
I should show you my
That
refrigerator.
basically walked away from the indie space because of
They're just like, hey, listen, if everybody's going to be bitches, I might as well just buy Marvel comics again. At least I get them.
Yeah.
And
There
that's
you go.
another thing is not getting your books is a thing. So when is this book going to come out? Well, everybody's got to be done by the 1st. And I figure, maybe I'm being optimistic, but Aaron and I and Brian, we could get this collated and edited and put together, maybe draw a couple of extra pages to as connective tissue in 2 months.
Mhm.
And then maybe 3 months. But I'm going to say, just to be conservative, that let's see, what is today? August. So we'll say a year from now, a year from today, everybody will have their books. Or at least I'll be printed books. When you get your own files, that's on you. You know what I mean? But that's what I said. I'll ask Tucci.
Marcus Tucci was involved with another project, and he had to pull out because of
legal reasons.
publishing deal he has. And so he, even if he wanted to help us out, there's a good chance he wouldn't be able to because
I mean, he could draw somebody else's character, whatever. But
I mean, he could definitely participate.
Get him drunk, and then once he's nice and sloshed,
or he could create an entirely new character and do that.
And Dr. Mask, you're invited. You're a comic book creator. You know what I mean? In some capacity, if you want to help. And again, if you're an artist and you want to like draw one of these connective pages or like a fake ad. You know what I mean?
Mask put out a piece today that I thought looked a lot like Wrightson. I mean,
oh wow,
it had a lot of that energy in it. I was like, awesome, man. I was all about that. Marvel might suck, but at least I get them. Yeah, he's laughing. Okay,
right.
Well,
yeah. Domino's Pizza may be bad, but they show up.
Yeah, I mean, sure, everybody's race and gender swapped and sleeping with one another, but. You at least you get your comic, right?
Comic people, we like our comics. We want our comics,
Right.
And this is going to be a catalog because I doubt, because I made this freaking comic. I'm making this freaking, and I didn't. There's people that I never read their books, didn't know they existed, reaching out. So I'm all excited. Maybe I'm gonna make new comic fans. New franchises that I like.
Well, I mean. Yeah, at the end of the day, we all love comics,
right?
I mean, I don't care, how petty things have gotten, but at the end of the day, we all love comics, right? And so, if we start focusing on what we have in common and stop, focusing on this person said this about that person, or this person has this personal failing, or whatever, and we start focusing once again on the fact that. We all once upon a time opened up a comic book and fell in love.
Yep.
And if we get back to that and start organizing together and start rooting for one another again, then maybe we can start the ball rolling and start being a threat to the indie comic or to mainstream comics that, they started paying attention there for a little while. And then I'm not entirely sure we didn't get industry plants that started all this stuff, to be honest. I'm not saying anybody's an industry plant, but I just know that they surely benefited from a lot of this infighting that went on. They were, for a while there, we were making them sweat. I mean, we really were making them sweat. And then suddenly, it's like whatever happens to these matrices, especially loosely connected matrices, can be disrupted pretty easily. And we got disrupted, and so this might be a way for us to find our way back to, rooting for each other again and scaring the hell out of the mainstream.
There's people involved in this project that I know can't stand each other.
Yep.
We're all in the same. I made a chat group, so I don't have to repeat myself 30 million times. There's no fighting in the chat group. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's about the work. It's about the comics. Ask a question so I don't have to repeat it 40 times. And telepathic buddy will tell you how many times somebody asked me the same question, and I'm trying to be as patient as possible.
Yep.
So I'm not.
And trust me, I've known John for about 2 years now, and he is being more patient than I've ever seen him. So
I've given out my phone number to more people than I gave out to girls in college unwillingly.
There you go. Heroic tale number 2. There you go. Awesome.
Oh, thank you, Herrenberg.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And
I
also have to say,
mm-hmm.
I hit the funding goal on Kickstarter today, so that's good. So Heroic Tales, 30 more days on Kickstarter. Please support me there. At this point, because I would say please back me on Kickstarter because I just wanted to hit the funding goal. But at this point, if you want to go to Fund My Comic, it doesn't matter to me. You'll get it first if you back on Fund My Comic because I can't send them out until you don't get the money until the campaign clears. So if you want it first, back it on Fund My Comic.
Bought a few creators, books, various cons in Charlotte and Cleveland. Yeah.
See, Aaron Sparrow and I again. He's such a. We were thinking of maybe making a checklist. Let's dream. We're dreaming big. We make a hardcover,
right? And
then the first page will be a checklist, and then you just go around and get autographs by everybody.
Well, it's like the Mutant Massacre. That was the first one I ever saw where it was like crossing multiple comic books in the same storyline, and then and it had a checklist in it. It's like, well, if you want the whole entire Mutant Massacre, then then you.
Well, I was even thinking that, if you go to a convention, you just have Tonic Ball sign it over here. You have Bill Williams sign it over here. You have Adam Lawson sign it over here. You know what I mean? Just I think that would be fun. We want to make a poster, and I don't know if you knew about this, but I would like to make a companion, a who's who, and make like Ironsides, and then just have him there with and then I'll come up with a template for everybody to fill out about your comic, your character. Now I've been talking with Fantasy Games Unlimited about making a Villains and Vigilantes module. The thing is, nobody in the world plays that game except for me, so. I would like to do a Villains and Vigilantes module and maybe a comic book like Who's Who, and just he's strong, he shoots laser beams. You don't need stats either way, and I think that would be fun. A companion piece. Crisis on Independent Earth, Who's Who. All your characters, all my characters. Just turn the page, get a catalog, and then the last line is see him in over here. Purchase this here. Well, and you never know. What if one of us makes it big, and now it's like we got to get this book because community service movies coming out starring John Hamm.
I think John Hamm could pull off younger Ironsides.
Well, he'll be an old timer by the time that happens.
He might have too much hair for older Ironsides, but it is what it is. The thing about it, the thing that really excites me about this whole entire idea is a lot of people kind of stay away from this because they're like, oh, it's gonna be all infighting, everybody's gonna be at each other's throats.
So far, no.
But the thing about it is if nobody makes the effort, then there's no chance of it happening.
Right.
And it's like FMC. The whole entire thing when FMC was being discussed, is everybody told Luke the same thing.
I remember all the
everybody that's
naysayers.
tried. Yeah, everybody that's tried this, it's not going to work. Everybody told him it's like, everybody's going to be like a.
I remember the naysayers. I remember that.
But Luke,
it's not going to last. Well, it's still here.
But Luke's philosophy, and Luke said this over and over again. This is what he told everybody. He's like, one thing we do know, Kickstarter is censoring people. We do know Indiegogo is shadow banning people, and we know all these other websites like Zoop and people like that, crowdfunder, are basically censoring people. He says we need a place that is not going to censor people,
right?
And this is a necessity. This has to happen, and so whether it succeeds or not, the effort needs to be made. And here we are, 3 years later, over millions raised for people,
and it's upgrading now.
And we're working on an upgrade, and so basically,
very responsive. After all, my other campaign's not done yet, but after my other 2 campaigns, he reached out. Hey, John, is there anything I should do to improve? And I gave my honest opinions, and he was like, okay, yeah, that's good, whatever. Now. And then just today you put out a tweet that you're improving.
Yeah. Well, he is paying attention, but the most important thing is the reason why a lot of these websites die on the vine is because they go into debt to try to make everything happen at one time. And so he said, well, we're going to have our economic novels, we're going to do the upgrades when we got the money. And there's going to be, which means there's going to be times where we kind of stagnate because the money's not coming in. He said, but at the same time, as long as we're in we stay in the black the whole entire time, he says, then we can weather any storm. Because he's a business major, and he's like, that's how people get into trouble when they go into debt.
They get big too fast. They can't maintain it.
Exactly. And so now that he's got the resources, he's gonna do the upgrades, and so
I can't wait. Excellent.
That's
my home. Luke's been good to me. I go. He drew one of my stories, Horror Tales 3. You'll see the sleeper agent. Luke is so talented in a bad way, because if he just drew 8 hours a day, he would be John Byrne by now. But unfortunately, he's got a job, he's got a family, he plays music,
Yeah, he's let's say music. He's a pastor. He's running FMC. He's also an artist. So
if we locked him in a room and fed him a bowl of porridge every couple of hours and made him draw, he would be John Byrne by now.
I think we all would be, though. I mean, eventually. But
I don't think I'll ever get that.
It's kind of like all the monkeys, all the monkeys on typewriters. About 1 million years they start producing works of Shakespeare. That old thing.
And I'll work with you. I actively want everybody to participate. And I sent out the signal. I can't make you participate. So if you're watching this and you got a buddy who doesn't know anything, or guys that hate me for whatever reason, they're willing, and they can put aside that animosity for, the next until January 1st, submit your pages, and then whatever, that's it. I'm not fighting with anybody. If you want to fight with me, you're going to shoot the cannons, and then whatever.
Well, I mean, this is the fact, okay? Is that independent comics needs to come together,
right?
And another fact is the only way we'll either succeed together or we'll
just slowly fade away.
We'll fall apart. And so the bottom line is somebody needs to attempt something like this, and John has decided to step up and do it. And so rather than sit here and get black-pilled and say, well, this will never work, maybe we should all do our damnedest to make sure it succeeds. And in the end, we're wanting independent comics to succeed. This is not about boosting John's profile or anything. This is because he's basically, he's giving all credit to like Aaron Sparrow and him and everybody else is helping him with this, because this is a group effort.
Yeah.
It's not about loyalty. It's not about personality. It's about
it's not
the
a cult
future.
either. You know,
Yeah, it's future
and
independent
also,
comics. Yeah.
this hasn't started yet, but before it starts, we're not signing away ownership or anything like that. Everybody owns their own characters. You know what I mean? You know, but this big book, everybody's going to be an owner of. So by participating in this, nobody's stealing your characters. Nobody has the rights to your characters. You know what I mean? No. And I was talking to my wife last night about this. We got to find some sort of legalese that we could put at the beginning that, you know, that show to everybody and we all agree on it. You know,
the guy who did what is his name? He's the artist that did the cards. I don't have one available. But
so if anybody knows a guy or is a guy, reach out.
Well, he gave us a contract to sign that basically had all this legalese in it, so he might still have it available.
Just notice we have the same chair, just in different colors.
Yeah, there you go. Great minds think alike. You know, it was on sale for Staples. What can I say? But anyway, but like I said, I just anything that's gonna bring people together, I'm all for. That's why I support FMC like I do, and I'm all for creating a matrix of people who love comics and hate what's happened to mainstream, but want to bring comics into the future. They're not beholden to anybody, and they just want to make good characters and good heroic fiction for the next generation.
Right, and I don't even want to say like I hate the mainstream or anything. It's not about hate. It's like you came up with whatever characters you wanted. You like them and you want to get them exposed.
Well, now, I look at it this way: the mainstream is like that heroin addicted family member.
Right, I love them, but they need help.
You love them, but you can't support them anymore.
Right, but like, think of this as a catalog.
Yeah.
So this is a catalog. I'm going to go to because I'm next Saturday. I'm going to my first convention, Tropicon in Long Island with Vaughn Coleman. If anybody,
awesome,
you know, so I'll be doing my first convention. The Diaz brothers the Diaz brothers will be part of this too. He sent me 3 pictures. He's going to be in it 3 times. The Lost Pages, the Band with No Strings, and Magic Cop. 3 different art teams. So you know what I mean?
Wow,
that guy is so. The Diaz brothers
they're very prolific. They're extremely prolific. The Diaz brothers are very prolific.
They're great.
Yeah.
They're printing my comic now. They're tweaking with the proofs right now. And he's showing me pictures. I'm like, oh my God, just mail me. You know, he's got you know the proofs. I'm like, don't throw them away. Those are my babies. But anyway, you know, this is because I want to go to conventions and here's a book. Look at all these people. It could have just been like, you know, like a Marvel previews book. Here's Spider-Man and upcoming stories. But I figured it would be more fun to have a cohesive story that everybody wants to buy. So show off your characters. Be exciting for 3 pages. And
well,
I know
if you go to a comic convention, you won't find factions. You won't find people like backbiting. You'll find people just enjoying comics, enjoying being there, enjoying the pure.
And it's going to be normies who don't know you from the internet.
Exactly.
The YouTube, Twitter comic book world is a microcosm of the comic book fans. You know, and I'm hoping there's going to be dads there with their kids, and they're going to see community service. They're going to see heroic tales. They're going to see, you know, saving the world. Maybe they shouldn't see saving the world, but you know what I'm talking about, Tom.
Well, maybe Perfect 10 will be a little bit more for the teenagers, but anyway.
But you know what I mean. But that's so, and then you buy it, and you're like, so like. And Aaron and I are like, I was thinking like you put your logo up in the upper right hand corner of the page or something. So like, you know, I don't know. We'll work it out. We'll work it out. And my whole philosophy has been you don't get what you don't ask for.
Exactly.
So I came up with this idea a while ago, and I'm not mentioning names because I'm not here to make anybody feel bad. But the very first person I mentioned it to told me it was the worst idea in the world. Nobody would participate. You can't get comic book people to cooperate. So I shut up for about 2 months. And then I thought about it again, and I thought about it again, and I just couldn't get the idea out of my head. So I just put it on Twitter. And man, the response I got on Twitter And then the same person was like, "Oh my God, I want to be it." I was like, "You said it was a stupid idea." He goes, "Oh, it's the same idea. That's dumb." Well, you're the only, and that person is still welcome if they change their mind. And again, I'm not naming names. But
well, I mean, at the bottom, the bottom line is somebody.
It wasn't me, Marcus. Oh, I'd tell on you if it was you, Marcus.
There you go. Well,
Marcus is going to be my artist for the public eye. Marcus, let me know. Did you get the script?
There you go. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, if nobody tries, then there's 100% chance it'll never happen.
Right. You know that pretty girl that you kick yourself because you've never asked her out? Well, in 10th grade, I left my school, and then I went to another school for 11th grade, and I saw her over the summer, and she said to me, "Why didn't you ever ask me out? I made it so obvious." And I was like, "I didn't think you liked me. I thought I didn't have a chance." She's like, "Dude." So then I asked her out. She goes, "I have a boyfriend now. We're going to the prom." And I was like, so take your chance before the window closes. Yeah. Tracy's
we'll see. John, the only reason you should tell that story is like, when we're married, we've been married.
I know.
Blah, blah, blah.
Well, I learned from my mistakes.
Well, thanks a lot, man. And just give us everybody
me
sour grapes
there. Me and my wife met 6 weeks later. We were married. So
there you go.
So I learned.
The guy's a new favorite unpublished character.
Oh, cool.
Well, he will be
published. He has a cameo, I think.
Definitely.
No, he doesn't. No, he will. His first appearance will be in Bill Williams' giant size punchline, which he is about to launch. And man, awesome. He was just showing me the files for it. I forgot how good that's Renzo and Oscar's best work.
It's Bill Williams. The same guy that did Fables.
No, that's Bill Willingham.
Being Willingham. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Bill Willingham will be in that comic, so I will be in a comic book with one of my favorite comic book creators. And
wow.
Bill Williams is personal friends with Bill Willingham. That's how he got on. So
maybe we can get Willingham on this project.
I'm poking.
Well, yeah, Bill Willingham's extraordinarily indie friendly. I mean, he does. Yeah,
he's been on my channel. He
does not give a crap about anybody's opinion. He really doesn't.
Yeah,
that's one of his more lovable traits. All right, I didn't get the script to read the DM group quickly. All right.
Okay, well, maybe I didn't send. I forget. I've been talking to so many people and back and forth. I kind of.
Yeah, well, John's a little bit swamped right now, so he'll get to you, Marcus. I'm sure. Anyway, well, I just wanted you to come on, man, and before we go, what are the 3 biggest things you have to reject in scripts so far? What are
Okay, I realized by the time I got the 3rd script that a pattern was starting to form. Now, this I'm rejecting. A portal opens and no.
Okay.
No, a portal opens and.
Okay.
The second one is I had a dream that the universe was going to be destroyed. No, because everybody's going to do it. We are comic book writers. Come up with something clever and unique to your universe. And the last one I have to add is a wise man just told me.
Right.
And a wise man is also sexy alien chick just told me. You know,
there you go.
You know what I mean? So like we can't do those. So something odd is going on in your universe. Your guy notices. So I've been telling people to start backwards. The intersect. What is the intersect in your universe? If it is a portal, start all over again. So start with the intersect. What is the intersect? It's this Dr. Doom helmet right here. This Dr. Doom helmet. Something odd is happening with this Dr. Doom helmet. Oh my God, it's lighting up and floating. That doesn't happen. I call the Ghostbusters. The Ghostbusters come over. Next thing you know, there's the people that want the universe to get destroyed are fighting the Ghostbusters, and then Dan Aykroyd touches it, puts it on, and now he interacts with the main story. There, I just made up the worst pitch in the world, but at least it fit all the criteria. There
you go. So that's the 3 that are automatic rejections.
No order. If the word portal is part of your pitch, then
portal, dream, or was told by fill in the blank.
Yeah, a wise man.
Those are the 3.
Yoda just told me.
Yeah, just those are 3 are automatic rejections. So
the second pitch I got was the heroes were sitting in their headquarters. when the portal opens, my guys jump out and say, "Come on, let's go." I said, "How does that sell your book?"
Exactly.
Like, you're trying to sell your book, and I'm not saying this, and I'm not mentioning names, but I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. But you're trying to sell your book, and then, and that this wasn't Mark Polton, but Mark Polton, you know, his second attempt was, I don't have to restate the plot. I said, no, you're probably going to be page 7. There's 6-page open, then Mark Polton. So he's like, oh, so I'm not going to. So it just opens up with action. They're moving, they're going. It's almost as if a parade of violence passes by an onlooker, and it's so good. You know, I was like, oh man.
Yeah, the knowing Mark Polton is probably somebody on the back of a dinosaur with a samurai sword or something.
Pretty much. I think. Did you read his pitch?
No, I didn't read his pitch, but it's Mark Polton, so I can figure it out.
It makes me want to know. Oh my God, it's so cool. You know.
He'll send you a document.
Email me at johnslongbox@yahoo.com. That's the easiest one to remember. If we're friends on Twitter, or look me up on Twitter.
And on Zentoria,
I know, that's why I don't say it on Twitter, because my J Longbox Twitter account got nuked because I disagreed politically with the current state of affairs back, and I lost it. But now it's back, but I don't use it because everybody knows the other one.
There you go. All right. All right. Thank you for coming, John. Thank you for clearing some stuff up. It's a very exciting project. We're all looking forward to.
I do think, unironically, unegotistically, I think this is going to be the most exciting thing. Once we get closer and people see it's really happening, I like Thanos, it'll be inevitable.
There you go.
Yeah.
We'll get there. All right. Thank you all for coming. We'll talk to you guys later about Rabbit. And follow John's Longbox. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.